shortly thereafter that EDP had in fact been driving for both Uber Eats and Grubhub, which would also both fire him after finding out about.
The only thing worse was if we found out that he tried to get a job at like a children's hospital. Where are the children that can't talk? Like, that's so funny.
Looking like who next up? Start your face up.
Did y'all know that EDP445 tried to get a job at Chuck E. Cheese? Really, nigga? It's a good thing they busted him. You knew what he was gonna do. Bruh, he's trying to get the what it is, guys. It's your boy Blastphamoushd HD, and today we are back to check out none other than EDP445. Apparently he got busted lately, and he is finally in jail. Let's do this.
EDP445 has been fired from 3 different jobs over the last couple of weeks as a result of people exposing his employment to TikTok. He's apparently completely out of money, and as a result has been evicted from a few different properties, and he's now living out of a suitcase in a couple of unconventional crappy locations. However, the craziest update in the EDP445 tragedy is that only 3 weeks ago, according to one of his former YouTube buddies by the name of Felipe, the big man himself has actually been put behind bars.
This is the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center. Inmate Brian Moreland would like to receive the
that
call.
Shit's gotta suck.
Said yes.
Things have gotten so bad for EDP that right now as we speak, he's applying to have his name legally changed.
Damn.
However, in a world of tit for tat where you unavoidably reap what you sow, it's hard to say that this punishment is undeserving. And in this video, you'll see how bad things can truly become if you plant weeds in your garden as opposed to flowers. To what extent should a person's life be ruined for the mistakes made in their own past? At what point, if ever, should EDP445 be forgiven for his own foolish
Not when it's
decisions?
pedophilia, nigga.
Is EDP445's work completed
Bruh, forgiveness is something that you get. You do something, you know what I mean, small. Like, you forget to put sugar in someone's cereal. Like, you leave the toilet seat up. You have sex with your girlfriend's mom again. Stuff that can be swept under the rug because it's not that big of a deal. But nigga, pedophilia ain't one of them deals, nigga.
Prior to his cancellation hold any residual value, or was it rendered completely and utterly useless?
Useless!
From the second he showed up to that cursed
Get your big
Bakersfield
titted
motel.
ass out
We
of
asked this
here.
last question because prior to
Put him
the
in
18th
prison.
of April 2021, things were actually going reasonably well for EDP.
I can only imagine.
If you look at his social blade graph, you'll see that he gained 520,000 subscribers over the course of 2 months in April and May of 2020. People loved him because he was one of the last few YouTubers who had absolutely no filter. He was unconcerned about ad revenue and therefore swore like a trooper while tackling some of the most crass yet hilarious topics.
Bro, I ain't never listened to none of EDP445's videos.
Honestly, so he stood out as unique. It's not surprising either. In a world where everyone else online is always walking on eggshells, trying not to offend anyone, EDP445's brash attitude and unapologetic approach to life was somewhat refreshing for those who saw
very refreshing. I never listened to his content though.
Such an approach wasn't without controversy. In 2017, as a result of his unconventional content, he'd be banned from YouTube for a period of 2 weeks, while Twitter was a little harsher, placing a ban on his main EDP445 account permanently. Additionally, after hitting 1 million subscribers in early 2020, YouTube refused to send EDP a gold play button, stating that the channel didn't match their eligibility criteria.
That's racist.
Does EDP445's work completed prior to his cancellation hold any residual value, or was it rendered completely and utterly useless from the second he showed up to that cursed Bakersfield motel?
Useless from the second he showed up to that cursed parking lot. That's fat ass there gonna talk about he looking for a cupcake. Nigga, please. Just purchase women like the other celebrities do.
Topics. EDP445's unconventional mind was always spoken honestly, so he stood out as unique. It's not surprising either. In a world where everyone else online is always walking on eggshells, trying not to offend anyone, EDP445's brash attitude and unapologetic approach to life was somewhat refreshing for those who saw the world in a similar way. However, of course, such an approach wasn't without controversy. In 2017, as a result of his unconventional content, he'd be banned from YouTube for a period of 2 weeks, while Twitter was a little harsher, placing a ban on his main EDP445 account permanently. Additionally, after hitting 1 million subscribers in early 2020, YouTube refused to send EDP a gold play button, stating that the channel didn't match their eligibility criteria.
Because according to them, my channel doesn't match the criteria. And I'm like, my channel has 0 community guideline strikes. It has 0 copyright strikes.
EDP would gain support from other large YouTubers such as Some Ordinary Gamers, who stated that the refusal was stupid.
YouTube, can you just give this dude his play button? If he doesn't get his play button, I'm gonna buy him his play button.
While EDP was also made a custom YouTube play button by a fan of the channel, displaying the love and support he had from the community at the time. However, perhaps YouTube and Twitter were able to see something objectively that those who loved and supported him could not. They might have seen that a man with such an unfiltered mind may have also been hiding some dirty skeletons in the closet, and correct is what they would eventually
Hella
be.
dirty
On the 18th
skeletons.
of April 2021,
Super dirty
EDP445
skeletons.
was caught in 4K on his way to pick up a cupcake. The top
They had to pick up some cupcake, nigga. No, EDP don't. Bruh, that's what I'd have said if I had his number. That'd have been me on the phone. Nigga, what are you doing, man? Bring your bitch ass out to Vegas. I don't know where to buy vagina at, but I can help. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just walk around the casinos at night. I've got stories about prostitutes, but it's not consensual stories. I was taken advantage of by a prostitute this one time. It wasn't even sexy. I'm gonna stop it at that because it's incriminating.
topic was covered by almost everyone in the commentary community.
I'm sure by now many of you have at least heard of the EDP445 situation.
Creators who supported him in the past, such as Some Ordinary Gamers, would upload a video telling EDP445 to be arrested immediately.
Why has EDP been dropping hard? Because EDP is an individual that actually got Chris Hansen.
And after it was revealed that a similar situation had occurred as many as 8 times prior, many considered EDP unforgivable, and his life would subsequently descend into a state of chaos, what you might call the beginning of the end.
Yup. That wasn't even his
In the
first
7 days following
time.
the expose, EDP445 would lose 200,000 subscribers, almost 10% of his entire count. However, how many followers he lost initially didn't actually matter, because 7 days later, his remaining 2 million subscribers would disappear entirely after YouTube decided to ban his account altogether. At the time
whole
of his banning, EDP was
shebang-a-bang.
exactly 30 years old.
He was too fat to run is the worst part. He couldn't even run. He'd have gotten nowhere.
But had been creating content since 2010 when he was 19 years old. So the 179 million views deleted in the process meant that his entire portfolio of work completed in his 20s, 10 plus years worth of labor was wiped out quite literally overnight. One mistake was all it took for YouTube to decide that
That shit was
EDP445
wiped
no longer
off.
deserved either his celebrity status
Game
or any kind of
over,
recognition to
bruh.
his work completed in the past.
Over.
Another method that EDP had for earning an online income was Cameo. You could order a personalized video and get EDP to say anything you instructed him to for the low price of $44. However, following the infamous cupcake event, Cameo would be contacted by numerous individuals who would receive responses along the lines of, "Hey there, thank you for reaching out. Our team is aware of the allegations and are actively investigating this. Thank you for bringing it to our attention."
Immediately started
Less
snitching
than
on
a
this
week
nigga.
later, EDP445's
Immediately.
Cameo account was deleted, and
It's
other
all
income stream
over.
had gone up in smoke.
In
EDP445
smoke
then
and
attempted to switch to
flames.
Facebook. However, after gaining 6,000 followers, he'd be banned from the platform.
Damn,
it was
only
the same
6,000?
story over on Instagram. His main account was
Shit.
terminated, at which point EDP was likely coming to terms with the harsh reality of his
This nigga crying on the internet like an Instagram model that got pregnant by the one broke nigga in her rotation. Oh, it's over for me. You don't understand. He works at Payless. Oh, God.
cancellation. However, just before his Facebook was deleted, he'd make one final interesting announcement. He planned on making his own website to which he would continue posting videos.
EDP445 announced over on Facebook that he will be making his grand return to the internet with his own website to return to his old video type, I guess.
Just want to let you guys know, man, EDP445.com. It's coming soon. Been about like a week, maybe 2 weeks from now.
EDP445 seemingly got to the point of fully building the website, as discussed by Tipster here on YouTube.
It still says coming soon, still says today's date. It does look like EDP is actually serious about this whole launching a website thing.
However, after an apparent falling out with his website developer, as mentioned in a Reddit comment, the launch seemed to fail.
Update, the website is now returning an error 500. So it looks like he's been having a little bit of trouble launching the site, hasn't been working so well for him.
And to this day, the page remains as an unlaunched
homie ain't have enough money to
website.
pay
In spite
off
of how
his
much
web
of
designer.
a scumbag EDP445 truly was, you have to give him credit for sheer determination, because he then began to upload videos on another third-party website called 3Speak TV, where his account would be met with the same fate. It was banned.
He wrote, for some reason my channel was deleted. I don't have a clue what's going on. I didn't violate any guideline. Can you please tell me what's going on? EDP.
After this ban, it seemed as though EDP445 was slowly getting the message from each and every
It's
website.
over, ho!
His career on the internet was finished. However,
It's
the
over,
internet
ho!
wasn't finished with ending his career.
It's
Rich
over,
from
nigga!
Review Tech USA would state that he might be able to get a job working somewhere like Starbucks. However, it was only going to be so long before the trolls would come and inform them of his past.
It's
I don't
over,
even know if you can
cuz!
get a damn job at Starbucks and keep
Better
it. 'Cause you know
pack
the
it
trolls
up!
are going to come after you and say, oh yeah, that guy you just hired, I wouldn't keep him employed. You'd probably lose a job at that coffee shop too real quick.
He
Rich
likes
would be
kids,
correct
bruh.
in this statement. EDP445 moved from Bakersfield, California to Henderson, Nevada following the expose, where it seemed as though he managed to...
Bruh, we need to start a trending hashtag and call that shit Just Get Midget. There's other things you could have tried having sex with, EDP. A loaf of bread, that's got some cushion for some pushing. A bag of rocks, don't knock it till you try it. You know what I'm saying? Defenseless woodland creatures. You never saw a video of a rabbit ripping a guy to shreds because of something that he tried to teach it. Oh snap, there's my phone. I better stop what I'm saying and go answer it.
to land a job as a Lyft driver in October 2021.
Oh shit, he was
However,
this
this
lifting.
job would be fairly short-lived, as a video
What?
posted to TikTok by a user called Lennon Jimenez would expose EDP445's Lyft profile,
Bro went from wanting cupcakes to driving for Lyft.
and his position as a driver would subsequently be removed by the company. The situation would promote Reddit discussion, with one post stating EDP as a Lyft driver, how the mighty have fallen, which received comments such as, "Can you take me to the grocery store? I'ma go buy some cupcakes," and "I hope he doesn't get on any food delivery apps. MF would eat my fries and I'd have missing slices of pizza." However, somewhat hilariously, it was revealed shortly thereafter that EDP had in fact been driving for both Uber Eats and Grubhub, which would also both fire him after finding out about the drama.
He was driving Lyft, he was driving for Grubhub and Uber Eats. And all three of those companies
niggas is
fired
ruthless.
him.
According to a
They
very basic
ruthless.
unconfirmed source, EDP also apparently applied at Chuck E. Cheese, but for obvious
And that is racist. The fact that he tried to work at Chuck E. Cheese goes to show you that this nigga needs to be stopped. He gonna be after these kids like the animatronics in the Five Nights at Freddy's video games. He tried to work at Chuck E. Cheese, the haven for children. Can you imagine the Chuck E. Cheese rat as EDP445? Oh, little boys and girls, you guys sure are looking, oh, geez, I'm dead, bruh. He really tried to get a job at Chuck E. Cheese. The only thing worse was if we found out that he tried to get a job at like a children's hospital. Where are the children that can't talk? Like, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna edit that out, man. That's fucked.
His reasons didn't seem to get the position. EDP445 no longer had
gonna
the
roast
ability
this
to make
nigga.
money online or in real life,
We
as this
roasting.
revealed, unless he were to find some extremely low-skill niche job where they wouldn't check his name online and where he wouldn't have to interact with any customers who might
Yep.
expose him to whichever company he might be working for.
The only way for EDP445 to get a job and have people not recognize him is for him to get buff as shit. Think about it. If he showed up buff, no one in the world would know it was him. I wouldn't.
So many obstacles in the way of finding even the most basic of jobs, it's hardly surprising to find out that EDP has been attempting to change his name legally. The application shown on screen states that Bryant Moreland applied
And he's
for
too
a name
fat
change
to
with the
sell-
Nevada
you know what I
County
mean?
Court
Like-
on the 21st of October 2021. The strange part about this is that when you try and search the court register from the Reddit post by typing in his name, Bryant Moreland, it now states that there are no results found, possibly indicating that EDP445's name change has been successful
Oh,
and he's
shit.
no longer known as Bryant Moreland.
He changed his
Actually,
name.
I did type in his name, Marlon Bryant. Submit. No results found.
However, the problem with this, as outlined by the EDP445 subreddit, is that he's not exactly hard to spot. This idiot thinks this will fix anything, LeMayo.
No.
He'll be spotted everywhere
You're
no matter
fat.
his name. He should flee to Cuba.
You're fat, nigga. What are you gonna
Changing
do?
his name isn't a good idea since it's gonna get leaked.
What are you gonna do?
What good
Wear
does
a
changing
sweater
your name do when you're
with
as
a thin
easily
person on the
recognizable
front
as
of it?
him?
Like, no one's
He
gonna
needs to
fall
lose
for that.
hundreds of pounds and get a hair transplant.
That's
Perhaps the
real
goal is
shit.
to have his name hidden for long enough in order to get a job, as other sources state that he's been unsurprisingly struggling with
It's
money.
over,
He's
cuz.
broke. Like, YouTube
Let it
made
go,
money, but
bruh.
after having that, he got broke real quick.
A user by the name of Master at Work, who was one of the people trying to expose EDP all the way back in 2020, stated in October that EDP had less than $3,300 cash left in his account, plus 2 cars and a couple of other things that he might be able to sell.
The only income that he has, other than the $3,300 that he has left in his bank account, is maybe the 40 grand in weapons and the 2 cars that he owns.
However, in the 2
$40,000 in weapons, nigga. What the fuck? Was this nigga like trying to get a bodyguarding job in the Matrix or some shit?
months since October,
He's
users
too fat
on Reddit
to
used
run.
his
That's
car's
what that is.
license
You can't
plate to
run.
confirm that EDP445 has sold
Where
one
you
of his
gonna go,
cars,
baby?
possibly indicating that his cash stack has dwindled even further. In the same live stream during which Master at Work would discuss EDP's financial situation, it also mentioned that EDP had been evicted from his apartment complex as the property owner received numerous complaints about having him as a tenant.
Call up Spur Apartments and verify it for yourself. EDP will no longer be living at Spur Apartments.
Damn.
The reason why he got evicted is because of constant harassment the property owner has been getting.
Since then, EDP has been living out of a suitcase at various hotels. However, even then, his detractors have been going around trying to get him kicked out of wherever he happens to be staying.
This is a danger to everyone in here.
Okay, so I just called security. Go ahead and let security.
Hide your
I will
children.
be more than happy
Hide
to
your
let them know. Thank
wives.
you very much.
EDP's detractors have made his life such a living hell that if anything, an arrest or a short stint in prison would almost make his circumstances more comfortable.
That would
We
be
preface this
good.
part by stating that there have been numerous accounts of EDP being arrested, however they never seem to have any rock solid proof to go along with it, so take everything said in the next section with a grain of salt. In late October, a YouTuber by the name of Matt Simon seemed confident that EDP had been arrested, yet provided no evidence or reason for the arrest.
EDP has been arrested. Today is October 25th.
Why does it look like he has Santa Claus being pulled by a bunch of reindeer under his eye? And if it is, that's some of the most gangster shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Everything.
It is 11:30 at night, and
My nigga got
EDP
Christmas
has been
tattooed
arrested
right under his eyeball.
arrested today.
Just like Birdman.
But I don't know what he was arrested for.
This claim clearly lacks credibility. People in the comments requested evidence, to which there seems to be none. However, a former friend of EDP445 by the name of Felipe claims to have some stronger evidence pertaining to the potential arrest of EDP445. Less than a month ago, on the 3rd of December
Would it be funny if EDP445 went to jail for stealing cupcakes? Like, homie just go up into Walmart, is it? Just grabs a huge thing of cupcakes and just runs for his life. Like, it's just super speed. You know what I mean? For a whole 2 or 3 steps before his fatness catches up to him. And as he's trying to take a rest, you know what I mean? He's like holding his titties up and shit. He's taking a breath. He's taking a breath. 2021, he'd upload a video titled, "Is EDP445 in Jail?" In this video, Felipe explained that while out having dinner, he'd get a call from a private number stating that it was EDP445 who was being held at the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center.
So the third time I picked up, I was like, hello, and it said, this is the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center, inmate for Bryant Moreland. Would you like to receive the call? And I like hung up, and then called again, and the same thing happened. Would you like to receive a call? So I said yes, because I was like, I was just curious to see, like, holy shit, like he got arrested, like wow,
The issue is the only evidence that he's able to provide is 4 no caller ID calls on his iPhone, which isn't exactly rock solid evidence to say the least, and Felipe's character is suspect at best. He only gets views when he talks about EDP445, and without EDP on the internet to defend himself, anyone can say anything. Additionally, if EDP did successfully change his name in October or November as mentioned previously, this would prove the story to be fake, as the guy states that it was Bryant Moreland on the other end of the phone. One comment stated, "Looked up every inmate record in Clark County County, which is where Henderson is, Kern County, which is where Bakersfield is, and Manatee County, which is where Bradenton, Florida is, which said that he was connected to online. No Bryant Moreland is in any of those prisons. In the end, it doesn't really matter whether or not he's in actual prison, as it's safe to say that EDP is a man who made a mistake so bad that even outside of concrete prison walls, he barely has a drop of freedom.
There's two stories you can take from the EDP445 situation. One, cupcakes are bad for your health. That's why I just stick to birthday cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, only if it has the sprinkles on it. Two, always stick to of age trim because they can only accuse you of I'ma edit that out. I was thinking of a past situation I had with a